We're pretty excited about being part of Tour Aotearoa 2020, and we're just about to set off to Tamaki Makaurau. That's Auckland. Stay there for the night and have a bit of an excitement organising the very last of things to be packed before we get collected in the morning to be taking up to Cape Reinga. So Te Rerenga Wairoa is the other place name that particular sacred part of the world is known as. Both of these refer to the Māori belief that the Cape is the point where the spirits of the tūpāpaku enter the underworld. So we're going to hang out there for the night, and there'll be lots of chatter about everybody and everything that they have on their bikes, and that last little shakedown. Hopefully get a good night's sleep before we wake up in the morning and get up there to the beginning of Cape Reinga. Have that photo control point number 1, photo with the lighthouse taken, and then we're going to set off down towards Te Paki Stream. Then from there we drop down onto the 90 Mile Beach. We're quite excited about riding that, completely different to visually seeing it. And we're going to head off down towards Ahipara. So we're hoping that Tawhiri Matia, the god of weather, he's also the son of Papatūānuku, Earth Mother, and Ranginui, Sky Father, will be kind with a nice gentle northerly breeze to help push us all the way down to Ahipara. So we're going to hang out there for the night, catch up with everybody. I'm sure there'll be a little bit of a debrief about how that went. And then we're going to head off the next day to the Rawene. Hang out there, take a little bit of a ferry trip, which would be quite nice, a little bit of a break, catch up with our fellow riders again, those that are our friends that are travelling with us. And then we're going to head off from there down to Dargaville was our next place to stop. Dargaville is going to be a place where we can probably again check the bikes, make sure we're running okay and that they are too, and that all the gear that we've got on board as it's unsupported is working just the way we need it to. So before we get to Dargaville though, we cross through a really significant place, and we have another photograph taken with Tāne Mahuta. Now, he's the Lord of the Forest, and it's said that he split his mother, Papatūānuku, Earth Mother, away from Ranginui, Sky Father. So it's a very significant place for Māori. Looking forward to going visiting that once again. And then from Dargaville we head on down to Potu Point, and there is a wonderful, wonderful ferry crossing, 2 to 3 hour ferry crossing across the Kaipara Harbour, and again gives us the opportunity to take some time out, maybe have a little moi, a little sleep, a little rest, before we get to the other side and head on down to Helensville. Then, at some stage we're wandering down through New Zealand, as we will be. We're going to head off to Paeroa. And Paeroa is a photo control point number 6 with dairy cows. Very, very, very important photo that will be. And I'm sure that there'll be quite a few cows around to help us achieve that one for the list. From there, we're going to head down to either Te Aroha or to Matamata, and we'll hang out there for a little bit, meet all the locals that will be taking very good care of us, and all the accommodations as well as the campsites as well as the cafes. And then we get the opportunity from there to hang on down to Arapuni to Mangakino. So we stopped there on the way up. It's a beautiful place to land. We stopped down at the water and had morning tea there, so looking forward to going back there. And then we're heading down to a place that I just love. It's the Timber Trail down to Ongarui. From Ongarui we're going to ride the Timber Trail. Not sure if we'll do it all in one day or whether we'll do it in a couple, to get us down to Taumaranui. And that's going to see us wandering down a little further, down towards the next place, which is Whakahoro to Pipariki, and then Pipariki to Whanganui. And then we're going to head down to Hunterville and Rangiwahia. From there we continue all the way down, heading closer towards Poniki to Wellington, to Apati and Ashurst, which is just over in the Wairarapa, and then we're heading from there down into familiar territory for us, Pahiatua and Ekatuna. And then at some stage we're going to end up landing in Wellington to Whanganui Atara, and that's going to take us on to the next part of our wonderful tour of Aotearoa, down into the Cook Straits, another ferry crossing, a wonderful time to catch up on some sleep and catch up on some friends that we've made along the way. And the ferry takes a good 3+ hours. That'll land us down into Picton. The Māori name for Cook Strait is Te Moana o Raukawa, and it connects the Tasman Sea on the northwest with the South Pacific Ocean on the southeast. And so our hikoi in the South Island begins. The ferry crossing has taken us to a little place called Picton. From there we head over to Nelson. Nelson's going to take us out to Wakefield and then through a wonderful tunnel, Spooners Tunnel, 1.4 kilometres of that, very dark in the centre, to Tapawera. Tapawera will then give us the opportunity to spend a bit of time there. The locals are wonderful and friendly. I think we've done maybe 3 or 4 rides down in that area, so we're very fond of it. Down to Springs Junction, to Reefton. And the Reefton we go to Ika Matua. And, there's some pretty big hills to climb. It's a stage that is challenging, and we're hoping that we're going to have beautiful warm weather. Not hot, warm would be great. With a nice little northerly breeze would be good too. So Tawhiri, if you could arrange that, that would be very kind. And then from there we're heading down along the trail to Kumara and Cowboy Paradise. Interesting place. You come down some switchbacks and you could be forgiven for thinking that you're in the middle of some kind of cowboy movie. But like all things that are wonderful in New Zealand and Aotearoa, you have to go and experience them for yourself. Heading on down to Ross, and then from there into Fox Township to Fox Glacier. At this stage we're hoping the weather will be still lovely down there and will take us and see us landing nice and safely down into Wanaka. From Wanaka we've got a little bit of a challenge going up the Crown Range into Arrowtown. From Arrowtown we get to have another little ferry crossing across Lake Wakatipu. From there we're going to head down into Mosburn. There's a little bit of a hill before we get there, Von Hill. It's been some years since I've been there, in fact 2. And the last time we were coming down Von Hill as the TA riders were heading up to Von Hill, and I do recall making a statement along the lines, or some comments, that I would never ride up this hill. So I think the lesson for me is to be careful about the comments that I make. Going back into Mosburn, we land there, and then from there we're going to ride through Winton to Wallace-town, and then that's going to see us land in Bluff. This is the end of our Hikoi and the last photo control point, Stirling Point, the Bluff signpost. And then that's it. That's our epic adventure. It ends, and it will be time for us to return home to wherever that is. For us, it's Kapiti, and it's going to be an epic journey. And as it's been said many times before, ordinary people doing extraordinary things.